The St. Lawrence Seaway is shut down because of a strike. Hi, I'm Peter Ziobrowski with Halifax Shipping News, and today I want to talk about something that's a little more inland from Halifax, and that's the strike which started last night on the St. Lawrence Seaway. The St. Lawrence Seaway runs between Montreal and the Great Lakes and consists of a series of locks, all but two of which are operated by the Seaway Development Corporation, which is a Canadian company, and it's the Canadian workers who are on strike. The Snell and Eisenhower locks are operated by a U.S. company, and they are theoretically still in operation, though no ships can reach them because of the Canadian locks on either side. The Welland Canal between Lake Ontario and Lake Erie is also shut down due to the strike. Because Unifor was required to give 72 hours of strike notice, the corporation had a chance to orderly shut down the seaway, so there were no vessels trapped between the locks on the river. Everything is above Montreal or in Lake Ontario or Lake Erie in the case of the Welland Canal. A quick look at AIS shows numerous ships queued up, waiting for the canal to reopen. Unifor is blaming the Seaway Development Corporation for not wanting to negotiate in good faith and holding on to their position. The Seaway Development Corporation accuses Unifor of seeking a contract in line with what auto workers got, and complains that they're very different industries and that's not really a suitable situation. Beyond that, there's not a lot in the press, and neither side are really talking about what the contract issues are. Given the economic impacts of a potential strike, the number of ships queued up, as well as the outbound grain harvest from the prairies, it seems likely that if a resolution can't be reached quickly, the workers will be legislated back to work. In the case of the BC port strike recently, the federal government was able to, through the use of mediators in the Canadian Industrial Relations Board, quickly find a resolution to that strike, so it's likely that will also be attempted here first before legislation is passed. The St. Lawrence Seaway opened in the 1950s and allowed for navigation between Montreal and the Great Lakes. Previously, navigation was possible for smaller vessels through a series of locks. The Seaway was developed to allow ocean-going vessels access to the lakes. The Seaway is typically open from the end of March until the end of December and shuts down for the winter months due to ice problems, which sometimes set in a little bit early. Several ports on the Great Lakes handle bulk cargoes. There's grain elevators in Thunder Bay, which carry a lot of export grain from the Canadian prairies. There's also a great deal of iron ore production, which traverses the lakes and various canals. The U.S. Navy's latest littoral combat ship is actually trapped in Cleveland right now, unable to get out of the lakes. As we're still in day one of the strike, the impacts are becoming apparent. If this strike drags on, it could potentially be problematic. Because of the Seaway shutdown, typically at the end of December, companies are in a great push right now to get the last 2 months and move all the cargoes they can out of the lakes before it shuts down for 3 months. Potentially going to be a problematic situation. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to be notified of further videos. We're probably going to do a follow-up on this one in a couple of days once we know more about the resolution.